beloveds. I would like to speak with you a little bit about meditation. If you've been able to bring meditation into your life with regularity, you will get your own feedback of how beneficial that is. It's more than a concept. It's more than a thing that you can check off on your list of correct things to do to be spiritual. It's a commitment that you're making to your higher self. It's the willingness to take the time to identify with who you really are. This one had a beautiful experience recently. Actually, it was two experiences. One was that he decided that he was too busy to meditate one morning because there were so many pressing things that needed to be done. And so he didn't. He has free will. No guilt, no shame. And what he noticed was, which was very precious, a missing piece. He handled what he needed to handle, but there was no peace in it. There was something unsettled about his demeanor, his attitude, and his experience of life. And it dawned on him this question, what's missing here? And what was missing was meditation and the effects of meditation. A kind of paying homage to who you really are is so valuable. Sometimes meditation gives you relief from the world. It takes you away from the stresses and the worries and the concerns and the busyness. And that's a wonderful thing. At other times, meditation opens you to all the places where fear still lives, where you still identify with your ego. And so it actually makes you more open to uncomfortable feelings and places where you need to release guilt and shame. A few days ago, this one was feeling really good because it seemed like everything was in order. He liked his surroundings. He had everything handled. Most importantly, his cats were happy. And then yesterday, both of his cats rejected their food, and one of them vomited about 20 times in a row. And he did what he could to take care of them, not quite understanding why they're not eating their food, why they don't like this food anymore. Everything was all set, and now everything was a mess. But the most valuable lesson was that he got to see that he was completely attached to the well-being of his cats and was identifying his well-being with how well they were doing. It was amazing to see that He had no identity other than the well-being of his cats at that moment. And he spent most of the morning depressed. That's when you ask for help. When you realize how attached you are to a particular outcome, to a particular being, to a particular situation, to a particular expectation, you get to see the clutches of the ego in your life. And all the spiritual mumbo jumbo seems like airy-fairy nonsense at that moment. And what you're in touch with is, oh my gosh, I'm really identified with my pain, with my suffering, with what I believe is the suffering of the ones I love. And it was very revealing. He walked around feeling, my goodness, I'm only as good as my least well-off cat. And intellectually, he knew that that wasn't true. But he really felt the pull to identify with the situation he was in, with the circumstances. And with how frustrating it was to not be able to solve a problem. This is why practicing being the awakened Christ is so valuable. As the awakened Christ, what you have is an expanded allowance for life to be just the way it is. No different. Not according to your principles, not according to your concepts, even the most elegant spiritual concepts. No. Life to be exactly the way it is, and you be who you are in the midst of that. It's something you must choose. You have already chosen. Allow yourself to fulfill what you have brought to yourself. Ask for help to release anything that isn't you. And bring love and light to every situation, effortlessly, as the Christ that you are. Things will sort themselves out when you get your priorities in order. Allow them to be the way they are. Allow yourself to feel what you feel. And let yourself be the divine being that you are. It's happening. I am grateful for you. I love you, and I'll speak with you again soon.